is whatever division. What is up, everybody? We are live with the first ever Bert MMA 1 hour Q&A live stream, and it's exactly as it sounds. We're doing an MMA Q&A on, well, MMA. Any questions, comments, concerns, predictions, early predictions. Maybe there's a call out from Francis Ngannou to John Jones. I don't care what it is. Put your comments down below in the comments section, and I will answer absolutely everything, as at least is not against YouTube guidelines. Robert Tish's MMA News has the best clips. I don't think so. Bilal Boeing 767 Mohammed. What's up, Robert Tish's? What is up, Pacey Sinclair? But before we get into the MMA Q&A, because I know it's going to take a little while before most of you guys actually get into the live stream. Usually it takes anywhere from, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes before we get a good amount of people into the live stream. So before then, we actually are going to be doing some MMA news, which is what we like to do in a lot of these live streams, as we got some crazy ones in the UFC's bantamweight division right here with the champion and, well, one other guy as well. So let's check that one out in the bantamweight division. Aljamain Sterling calls out Marlon Chito Vera next after he can beat TJ Dillashaw. Now, do I think he's going to beat TJ Dillashaw? Well, most likely. I do think he has the better grappling, the better jiu-jitsu, and the overall better kicking game. It's just TJ can make it interesting with the boxing and his wrestling advantage. But if it is going to happen that Aljamain Sterling beats TJ Dillashaw, he's saying he either wants a Marlon Chito Vera or an outlier crazy choice in Davison Figueiredo after he fights Brandon Moreno. So he's got two big choices, Marlon Vera or Davison Figueiredo. And if Davison actually wins against Brandon Moreno in the quadrilogy, I mean, why not do that fight? So who do you guys think should fight Sterling if he beats Dillashaw, Marlon Vera, or the flyweight champ Davison Figueiredo? As one thing we got on today's news, we got one more, and this is, it's not too big of a one, but it is Jacqueline Amorim getting signed to the UFC. She's an LFA champion, pretty solid prospect in the women's strawweight division. Sorry about that, but she's undefeated going into the UFC. She should do pretty good. We had Eddie Alvarez turning into a free agent after leaving one championship, after leaving Bellator, after leaving the UFC. We don't know if Eddie Alvarez will actually be coming back. He might not. We really have no way of knowing as of right now where Eddie Alvarez will want to go next. We also got Jailton Almeida taking on Shamil Abdurakhimov, which got announced yesterday, and that's a solid fight in my opinion. We got Paulo Costa. I mean, he keeps on calling out Hamza, but he says, I need to fight Hamza Chimaev. So those are the few things I wanted to go over during this live stream right now. But now, let's get into the MMA Q&A. Hey, Bert. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you as well. YouTube UFO. Yo, she a baddie. Who's a baddie? Oh, Jacqueline Amorim, I'm guessing. Did you see my latest Robert Tish's MMA news video? I did not see that video, but we're going to check out the UFC 280 card before we get some more comments down in the chats. So let's check it out. That's 180. That's the wrong one. But UFC 280, we did the full card prediction really early one a little while ago for Oliveira Makhachev, for Bilal Muhammad taking on, I don't know how he's on. Is he on the prelim still? I don't know how, but I think Bilal Muhammad and Sean Brady is the main prelim, which is just absolutely insane. But we did the full card prediction, but there were fights added, like Shamil Abdurakhimov, Jailton Almeida, and I think that's the only one that got added. That might be it. But yeah, for that one, we got Jailton Almeida winning. Just come on, the dude's huge. And he's a light heavyweight going to heavyweight, but he's huge. He's strong, great jiu-jitsu, great wrestling, and his kickboxing skills are also very legit. So this UFC 280 card is definitely looking the best out of any other cards on the year. If you look at every other card inside of the UFC in 2022, what's a better card? We got Usman Edwards. That's another pay-per-view. All right, Paulo Costa, Luke Rockhold, the Usman Edwards, the Wallace Willie, Jose Aldo. that's about it. You got Lucy Pudilova on the main card, so obviously that's out of competition to be the best fight card of the year. UFC 279 had some really old guys headlining an easy to predict fight, an unranked fighter getting a shot inside the top 15, women's MMA on the main card, and then low-level UFC light heavyweights. It was a solid card, don't get me wrong, but UFC 280 is obviously going to be better. UFC 277, Nunes Pena, all right, not too bad there. Ankalaev Smith. I mean, these are not the worst fights of all time on UFC 277, but in terms of like name value, not a lot of these guys are very well known. Who out there is a hardcore fan for Magomed Ankalaev, for Alexandre Pantoja, Sergey Pavlovich? The only real big names on this card were Derek Lewis, Brandon Moreno, Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. That's about it. Whereas UFC 280 is looking, I mean, dude, everyone is on that card. That is a noteworthy name on that main card. It's just absolutely insane. The one before that, Adesanya Cannonier, could have been one of the best fight cards of the year. I mean, it had amazing fights, top to bottom. And we had Uriah Hall, Andre Muniz on the early prelims. Makes no sense in my opinion. Then we had Duplessis, Tavares, Machado versus Green, Jim Miller, Donald Cerrone. On the prelims as well, Jalen Turner. This one is in contention for the best fight card of the year, but I would say so far that'd be number 2. UFC 275, Yuri, Glover, Weili, Joanna, Santos, Shevchenko, Matthews on here, Jack Della, Kulibao, Maheshat, Brendan Allen. That was not too good of a fight. That was a good fight. This is a good card. This is a very, very solid card. I'm going to have UFC 276 and UFC 275 tied because those are some very, very even cards right there. But come on, UFC 280 above the rest. Get that female fight off the main card. Which one? Oh yeah, Manon Fiorot versus, what's it? The horse-looking girl? Caitlin Chukagian. There it is. To the prelims with them. I agree. It should be Belal Muhammad and Sean Brady on the main card. Jokes aside, do you actually dislike the Robert Tish's MMA videos? I don't like them. I don't dislike them. They're just there, man. Your most recent one, Robert Tish's MMA is a sus bad career-ending jail.
We go on to Robert Tish's MMA, who has confirmed that he is a molester. Roll the video.
Molester. I am one of them.
So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Tish's MMA confirms that he is a molester.
All right, wow. That's the channel. Robert Tish's MMA makes a lot of those clips like that. It's funny though. It's a funny channel, not the best content, if I'm gonna be honest, alright? 281 looking great as well. Yeah, UFC 281's looking good. So far, I think they got Dustin Poirier taking on Michael Chandler. They got Adesanya Pereira. They got freaking Carla Esparza, Weili Zhang, which a lot of the casual fans will say that's not going to be a good fight, but I think we're going to see an early finish from Weili Zhang. I think Weili's going to pressure forward and look for that KO TKO very early on in this fight. Her wrestling looked great in her last one with the Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So, dude, that's going to be a banger of a co-main. We got the two best kickboxers in the UFC, middleweight division, Adesanya Pereira, Poirier, Chandler. I'm loving it. It's McDonald's for me. I'm loving this main card so far. And even though you're going to have Aaron Blanchfield, Molly McCann, two very low-ranked UFC flyweights in the UFC right now, it doesn't matter. Aaron Blanchfield, she puts on some good fights. She's going for the finish every single time. Molly McCann, the same thing. She's going to make it a very good fight as well. So that's a solid one on the main card. Dominic Reyes, former title challenger twice, only losing to champions Yuri Prochazka, Jan Blachowicz, and John Jones, fighting Ryan Spann, which should be a great striking battle, in my opinion, until someone probably gets knocked out. Sungwoo Choi, Mike Trizano. Come on, guys. Sungwoo Choi, Mike Trizano. We're seeing a fight of the night type of a performance from one of those two guys. Other than that, it'll probably be Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler as fight of the night. But number 2, Sungwoo Choi, Mike Trizano is very, very high on fights on this card. Renato Moicano, Brad Riddell. The amount of damage that Renato Moicano was getting in his last fight with Rafael dos Anjos, it's insane. It was absolutely insane, which leads me to believe that Brad Riddell probably is going to land a lot of damage on Renato Moicano, and Renato somehow is going to find a way to survive, only losing to top tier guys in the lightweight division for Ziev and Rafael dos Anjos. But now he's fighting Brad Riddell, winner, probably gets a shot back inside of that top 15. But yeah, I'm probably going to go Brad Riddell. But either way, whoever wins that fight, it's still going to be a great, great fight. What is up, Shamil Abdurrahimov in the comment section? Let's go, Bert. Let's go, Shamil. Pacey Sinclair is so hyped for Poirier and Chandler. Who's not hyped? I mean, come on, Michael. What I'm gonna say right now. When have we seen a bad fight from Michael Chandler? When? I mean, is there one fight that you can completely just remember off the top of your head that you saw Michael Chandler fight in that fight and he just did not do good? Or not did not do good, but just did not perform, did not put on an exciting fight? Because I don't think so. Tony Ferguson, round one was insane. We had the takedown, the ground and pound, Ferguson knocking him down, the front kick to the face. That was freaking fireworks, man. Justin Gaethje, well, you know what I think about Justin Gaethje. The number 2 fight of the year in 2021. I think it was number 2. Sorry, number. Okay, yeah, no. Reyes Prohashka. Okay, yeah, I'm saying Prohashka versus Teixeira is number 1 in 2023. But if Chandler Gaethje was in 2022, it would be number 2 behind Glover Teixeira, Yuri Prohashka. But I'd agree that is number 1 for 2021. I forgot if it was in 2021 or not. But that's another one of Michael Chandler's fight banger. Round 1 with Oliveira, we had him rocking Oliveira round 1. Oliveira got his back. He got out of that back position, got back up, landed some ground and pound. They struck. They knocked each other down. Second round, he gets rocked and knocked down. Even though he lost that fight, freaking banger. 2 minutes, 30 seconds in with Dan Hooker, pressuring forward, throwing huge looping shots, looking for that finish. Boom, left hook, knockout. Benson Henderson, same thing. Sidney Outlaw, same thing, but with the other hand. These are all exciting fights in Bellator and inside the UFC. And maybe you look at Patricio Pitbull and Michael Chandler right here for the Bellator MMA lightweight champion. It was only 1 minute. I don't care. Michael Chandler and Patricio Pitbull made that an exciting 1 minute right there. Brent Primus, exciting fight. Yodi Amauchi, Brandon Gurris, these are all good fights. I can't remember a fight Chandler has not performed. So yes, dude, this fight with Poirier and Michael Chandler is going to be insane. Poirier went out there, destroyed Charles Oliveira on the feet, had one big mistake in round number 2, got taken down, got on bottom, survived a little bit, then got submitted, but he puts on good fights as well. Had some bangers with Dan Hooker, McGregor twice right there, Max Holloway, that was a banger as well. The Eddie Alvarez fight, the Justin Gaethje fight. I mean, I don't know how many fights I've seen between Chandler and Gaethje. Chandler and Poirier that have not been absolute bangers, whether they're 1 minute finishes or 15-minute or 25-minute decisions. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot stress to you how much I want to see that fight. Like I might not even buy this pay-per-view for Esparza Whaley, for Alex Pereira, Israel Adesanya. I might just buy it for Poirier Chandler and just go to sleep after that because that fight's a freaking banger. Davis versus Slava Claus, high level boxing. I don't know if we're going to see a high level boxing in that fight, more as we're going to see the man, the myth, the legend, Slava Claus landing some good boxing combinations on the feet, landing some good hooks to the body, and things like that, using this counterpunching to land on Mike Davis. And then Mike Davis is going to strike with him for a little bit, but then he's going to start to take him down. I'm going to be dead honest with you. Mike is going to try to take this fight down. It is as simple as that. Vyacheslav Borshev, in my opinion, his game plan on the fight is to strike, but Mike is to strike for as least amount of time as possible. So you're saying Davis versus Slava Claus, high-level boxing? Yeah, they both have high-level boxing and striking skills, but we're probably not going to get to see a lot of that on display, as Mike is going to want to clinch, he's going to want to wrestle, he's going to want to grind on Vyacheslav Borshev to get that decision, but we shall see. Who you rooting for Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier? Who am I rooting for? Now, that's an interesting question, because if you look at the rankings right now, it's hard to say who I'd root for. Because if Michael Chandler wins, like where would that put Michael Chandler? Losing to Justin Gaethje. What do you do after that? I mean, he just lost to Justin Gaethje, who just lost for the belt. He's already lost to Charles Oliveira as well. If he wins against Dustin Poirier and gets another title shot, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather see Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira again, or if I'd rather see maybe a Michael Chandler Islam Makhachev, a potential guy to go out there and starch Islam in round number 1. I'm gonna root for Michael Chandler. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I think Poirier probably is gonna win the fight. I got him winning that one. It is 3 rounds, so I'll go Poirier to win that one by a decision. But I'm gonna root. I'm gonna root for Michael Chandler to go out there and win. If he wins, that'll put him at number 2 in the lightweight division. Say Islam becomes the champion. Boom, you got Michael Chandler, Islam Makhachev, or Michael Chandler versus the winner of Benio Dariush, Mateus Gamrot, whatever the case may be in that scenario. But you're still going to have Michael Chandler in contention for that belt, and I think Michael Chandler poses more of a threat to Islam Makhachev, poses more of a threat to Charles Oliveira than Dustin Poirier does. So I like to see Islam Makhachev have a stylistically bad matchup. Charles Oliveira, the matchup with Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev isn't necessarily like the best matchup for Islam Makhachev right now, but it is a decent one in that if he can defend the submissions and land the takedowns, he could win that fight. As in, Charles doesn't have 100% super high level takedown defense, but Michael Chandler, he's kind of like a Joaquin Buckley. I'm not saying he's a super legit wrestler, an absolute all-American number 1 in the country wrestler or anything like that. He's a good wrestler, don't get me wrong, but the reason I'm saying he's a stylistically bad matchup for Islam Makhachev is he's so explosive in that he could easily go out there, stuff those takedowns of Islam Makhachev, just using that explosiveness, speed, and strength, and possibly have a chance to knock out Islam Makhachev on the feet. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying that's my prediction, because I'd still go Islam Makhachev to beat Michael Chandler if they were to fight. But I'd say a fight with Islam and Michael Chandler, a fight with Oliveira and Michael Chandler, gets me a little bit more interested than a Poirier Islam Makhachev fight or a Poirier Charles Oliveira fight. That's just me though. That's just me. Let's see. Chandler wins. I don't think he wins, but again, I do agree that I would like him to win because I want to see him fight Islam Makhachev. I want to see how Islam is able to survive those big shots in round number 1, round 2, and the takedown defense of Michael Chandler early on. It's going to be an interesting fight if it does happen. What is next for Gerald Meerschaert? He called for Andre Petroski, but Andre went running after Gerald's last fight. Gerald Meerschaert, he looked pretty decent in terms of his striking in that fight, that is for sure. He's in the middleweight division. He's right outside the top 15, which is interesting. Just beat Bruno Silva. He is right there. So he lost to Krzysztof Jotko, lost to Hamzat Chimaev, lost to Ian Heinisch, beat Makhmud Muradov, beat Dustin Stoltzfus, Bruno Silva, already lost to Krzysztof Jotko. So I'm going to say for Gerald Meerschaert right now, what would be a good fight for Gerald? It's not going to be that fight. You just said he's not going to accept that one. So I'm going to say Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy Hernandez seems like a good fight. Winner can get a shot inside the top 15. If Fluffy Hernandez, who just submitted, who was in the last fight? Freaking Marc-Andre Barriault, decision Josh Friends, submitted Rodolfo Vieira, only losing to Kevin Holland, who is ranked since 2020. I would love to see that matchup. 2 guys very, very well versed in their grappling and wrestling. And a matchup I'd give the win to Anthony Fluffy Hernandez to. And giving a win to Anthony, getting him inside that top 20, maybe you can get him versus like the loser of a Duplessis versus Till, the loser of Brunson versus Hermanson for another grappler matchup. I don't know, but that's what I would say. Gerald Meerschaert versus Anthony Hernandez really just gets me interested. That fight really does get me interested, in my opinion. Did you see the phone booth fight? I did. Anyone out there that's watching this live stream right now, look up phone booth Russian fights. I mean, it's very odd and it's very funny and entertaining at the same time. So once we're done with this live stream, which so far has been about 20 minutes, so 40 minutes from now, once we're done with this live stream, go and look up just phone booth fighting on Google and just see what pops up. It is absolutely hilarious in my opinion. We just got some betting odds to get released. I don't know if they're gonna show just yet. It might be for UFC 281 betting odds just came out. If y'all can see it, I hope you can. Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov is at minus 180. That's interesting in my opinion. Nikita Krylov minus 140. Jonathan Almeida 700. Armin Petrosian's a 2-1 favorite. Mateusz Gamrot at minus 155. That is interesting. That is interesting indeed. So these are some new betting odds for UFC 280 that just got released, and we're already seeing line movement. Caio Borralho already moving a minus 230. Jonathan hasn't moved just yet, and that's about it. It was literally just Caio Borralho that's moved so far. But yeah, if you do bet and you're on Bet Online, the odds just came out for UFC 280. Let's check them comments. Chandler versus McGregor if he wins. I like it. I like it. That'll put Michael Chandler, if Michael can win against Dustin Poirier, that'll put Chandler at number 2. Meaning, if Conor McGregor can beat Michael Chandler, he gets a title shot. If Michael Chandler can beat Conor McGregor, he gets a title shot. I like that. I'm gonna be honest. I legitimately like that. That thing that you said right there. Michael Chandler versus McGregor if he beats Dustin Poirier. Give a round of applause to the Punani Destroyer down below in the comment section. That is a great comment. We're gonna pin that right there. Chandler versus McGregor. I'm pinning that just because I like that comment. Lil Uzi Verts, indeed. Poatan's chances over Gino Bender, 51%. I think he's gonna be hitting with a lot more oomph to his punches. He's going to be getting the fight to the clinch, breaking the clinch and landing some big shots as well, using some clinch work and things like that. I think, yeah, obviously Adesanya will land more shots. He'll land more kicks, more little tapsy here and there on Alex Pereira. But do I think he wins? No, I got the underdog. I got Alex Poatan Pereira winning this fight. Surprisingly, is the favorite on Tapology for betting odds. He is at what is he at? Is he already on this thing? UFC 281. I don't know why it's saying UFC 281, but it's really UFC 280. There it is. Yeah, Adesanya is at minus 162. Pereira is at plus 142. I got the underdog. I got the underdog on that one. Every time the UFC pushes Michael Chandler and gives him title fights, it makes Bellator looks even more garbage. Not too bad, because he starched Dan Hooker around number 1, destroyed the man's chin when Dustin Poirier went to a full decision and lost parts of that fight. Michael just went out there, absolutely starched him. He had a very close fight with Justin Gaethje that he probably could have won had he not wanted to entertain the fans, and he almost knocked out the champion, Charles Oliveira. So I don't think Michael Chandler fighting in the UFC, fighting for the belt, is painting Bellator in that bad of a light, because, he's 36 years old. If he was in the UFC a few years ago, might actually be a champion, to be honest with you. But I see what you mean. Though. Is Yusu versus Shyness going to be Dariush versus Hernandez? You never know. I mean, Hernandez went out there. I believe it was a short notice one. Knocked Beneil Dariush out or something. Built his name off of that. But, dude, Shyness has beat nobody. So I'm going to be dead honest with you. Anyone betting on the UFC Fight Night Dern versus Jan and that has not looked at the resume of the up-and-coming Don Shyness getting a top 15 guy on short notice, they should look at the resume, man. 16-105, 16-9, and 9-8. 3-4 right there. I mean, losing record, a horrible record, almost a losing record, and then not decent record on Chris Lencioni right there. Come on, guys. He's not fighting the best guys. Don Shyness gonna lose that one. It's not gonna be like a Dariush Hernandez situation. Paddy versus Conor McGregor is in the works. It might be. You never do know. You never do know. Hey Bert, we gotta team up. We do. We do indeed. I will be free on Friday afternoon. If you want to go live with me, Jamal MMA series, you definitely can do so. Just DM me on the Bert MMA Instagram and we'll get it scheduled. 29 in Chandler. Machachocha. Boring? You say Makhachev? What is up, Khabib? I can't say that on YouTube. I'll get demonetized. Raul Rosas Jr., future UFC superstar. I'm going to be dead honest with you. He's got the personality. If you heard his interviews, if you heard him talking to the camera, talking after his win over Mando Gutierrez, he's got the personality. He's got the talk. He has the voice. I mean, he has just that it factor that'll get him to become a star in the UFC's bantamweight division. He's got the skill as well. At only 17 years old, if he can keep on improving, I don't know, that man could be a star inside of the UFC. Bert, may I ask you, what is your favorite Lunchable I do not eat? The Lunchables, GM3 versus Fluffy Hernandez. Banger, in my opinion. Let's see, pizza or nacho Lunchables are his favorite. Nah, I do not eat Lunchables. That is not what the great Bert MMA does. That is not what I eat. We eat... What do we eat? We eat salad, chicken sandwich, maybe something like that, and a fat-free Choco Milko or a Strawberry Milko for lunch, because we don't bring our lunch to school. What is up, Jake Fagan? Channel member, what is up, my guy? Great work on Contender Series last night, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, 5-0 in the predictions, $307 profit, if I'm remembering correctly. Contender Series was good last night, guys. I mean, usually, overall, the whole year for Dana White's Contender Series, we profited the channel members about $800, which is a good amount. Because my channel membership is worth $2.99, and just for Contender Series, that's it. Just for Contender Series, we've gained over $800, $300 last night alone, with Jafel Filio, Nurulo Alia parlay. We had the Paulo Rosas Jr. by decision. The fight goes to a decision prop as well. I mean, we're doing very good on Contender Series, unlike, Yanni the Greek, who doesn't do too good on those fight cards, but yeah, Contender Series was pretty good last night for the betting. Watch Muradov come back like Jake Matthews against Caio Barrayo. I mean, dude, I'm thinking about that fight. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I am thinking about that fight right now. I'm thinking about how Jake Matthews went out there, got destroyed on the ground with the wrestling and grappling by Sean Brady, got taken down many times in that fight and grinded to lose that one. But now Jake went out there and knocked out Andre Fialio, I believe in round number 1. It's a possibility. Muradov has power. Muradov has legit power in his hands. Anyone in the comments just checking out the live stream that does not know who Mahmoud Muradov is and does not know who Caio Barrayo is, Caio is a protege, a kind of he's the training partner of Hamzat Chimaev, but he's a more grappling-based guy. He's not necessarily going out there to smash you and take you down and easily just ground and pound you and outstrength you and things like that. He's kind of trying to close that distance, try to kickbox with you on the feet, get the takedown, get the back, and kind of Aljamain Sterling it. That's my closest representation for Caio Barrayo would be to Aljamain Sterling. His only loss was in a grappling match to Jailton Almeida. Anyone thinking about how ridiculous this is? I mean, come on, guys. Open weight fight with Jailton Almeida, Caio Barrayo. If you don't know who Jailton Almeida is, you're living under a rock. And if you don't know that going to a decision with Jailton Almeida in a grappling match when the man is 5 inches taller than you, 4 inches lengthier than you, way bigger than you, is a UFC heavyweight as of right now, and Caio's a middleweight, and he's not getting finished by Jailton Almeida, who literally right after that fight with Caio Barrayo got 2 rear naked choke submissions in his next 2 grappling bouts, got a finish on the Contender Series, beat Danilo Marquez, beat Parker Porter, and then beat Anton Turkalj, and could not finish Caio Barrayo, who trains with Hamzat Chimaev as of right now and is now going to fight Mahmoud Muradov. All of that just to say, Yeah, you're right. There's a possibility Mahmoud could just doesn't even care. Who cares about that grappling? Who cares about the wrestling? Because usually Mahmoud early on in his fights has some good takedown defense. It was just later on in round number 2, Gerald caught him on the feet, got that takedown, and beat him on the ground. It's possible. The man has a lot of finishes. Go down 17 KO TKO wins. Mahmoud is a live underdog right here. Betting odds just actually came out for anyone wondering about this fight, and they have already shifted. They've already shifted. A lot of these odds have already shifted. Wow. Wow. Giant Almeida, who I was just speaking of. Caio Barrio started minus 200, already at minus 265 over Mahmoud Murada, but there is that chance Mahmoud can get a flying knee knockout, just start landing some big shots in the feet. That's not my prediction, obviously. I'm going Caio Barrio submission round 2 or round number 3 because the man's just so good on the ground. He's gonna win this fight, in my opinion, fairly easily. But you never know. Mahmoud has good takedown defense early, has good striking, and is gonna be the more powerful guy than Caio Barrio. But again, Caio has elite level grappling. Did not get finished by Giant Almeida. That's amazing, in my opinion. That's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good one in my opinion. Let's see. Lil Uzi Bert. Oh my lord, dude. Bert gave me mod. Big ups. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, I did. Email, mail son. Just don't ban anyone or anything like that. Or I'll unmod you. Is it just me or did Kyle look trash against Arman? Not necessarily. Arman Petrosian was training a lot. He was in what? I forgot what camp he went to for that fight. But he went to a camp with a lot of wrestlers, a lot of grapplers in preparation for the fight with Caio Barrio, and even then, Caio was able to take him down in 30-27, dominate him on the ground. Might not have been like the most flashy win. He didn't get the finish. He didn't really get close to a submission or anything, but Arman, you got to remember, was training all day, all week for grappling, for wrestling, for submission defense, for rear naked choke defense, and things like that. So it's not necessarily anything that I'm gonna go out there and say, well, Caio looked bad against Arman Petrosian, because Arman was training day and night for defending the takedowns and defending the submissions and things like that. And Caio was still able to land the takedown in every single round of that fight and was able to land some good strikes. If you don't remember, against Arman Petrosian in this fight, the dude was landing some good shots on the feet. Arman is a very good kickboxer, and still, Caio Barrio was able to land some big shots in the feet and actually, in my opinion, land the better shots in one of those rounds. So the striking of Caio looked good in there. It definitely did impress, and yeah, you didn't necessarily go out there, put on a super flashy performance against him, but it was still a good win nonetheless. You said Arman AJ Dobson pick. I got AJ. I disagree. I'm going to go Armin Petrosian. I do think that Armin Petrosian is going to have a slightly better wrestling game, although AJ is going to have very good takedown defense. We saw in his fight with Jacob Malkoun early on in that fight, the takedown defense was amazing, so this should be a striking fight. For 3 straight rounds, in my opinion, AJ is going to be trying to counter with big punches. Arman's going to be trying to slowly pressure forward, laying some jabs, some 1-2, some hooks at range, and really put in the kicking game. But I do think, this is way too wide. 90% going Petrosian, horrible. But I do think Petrosian gets the decision win. He lands a little bit more kicks than AJ Dobson does. The punches, in terms of volume, I see being pretty even. Power, I see that being pretty even. Just see the kicking game of Armin Petrosian kind of being that one factor that'll just allow him to get the win. There's usually those type of fights where, the striking is really even, the power is really even, the punches are really even, the wrestling and the grappling is really even, but if you're able to land a few leg kicks here and there, some judges might be like, well, all right, that's enough. Let's give him the round. I kind of see that being the case here. I hate banning people. Don't worry, my man. Good to know. Email Mailson. But yeah, there's a lot of good fights on that UFC 280 card. The main card is absolutely stacked. The prelims, we've been going over the prelims. Y'all have been asking me questions about Petrosian versus AJ Dobson, about Murada versus Caio Barrio. One of my few former streams talked about Bilal Sean Brady for some reason being on the prelims. I don't know why, but it's a stack card. And not to mention the 2 title fights, the title elimination bout, O'Malley versus Jan. We got the title elimination bout, Gamrot versus Darius. The title elimination bout, Manon Fiorot, Caitlin Chukagian, and sorta kind of a title elimination bout, but I do think they would get or probably need one more fight in Sean Brady and Bilal Muhammad. That's one thing I'm wondering about is most of the fights on this card, Beneil Gamrot, Manon Fiorot, Caitlin Chukagian, Piotr Jan, Sean O'Malley, Dillashaw, Aljamain, all these fights. A lot of the main card fights that are not title fights right here, Manon, Gamrot, and O'Malley, a lot of them, I would say the winner is probably deserving of a title shot, to be honest with you. It's just, does Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, is that on the same level in terms of the winner? If Brady goes out there and improves to 16-0 undefeated and wins in dominant fashion, if Bilal knocks out Sean Brady, which is not going to happen, but if we see a good performance from either guy, is either guy going to get a finish, or is either guy going to get a title shot off of a finish, off of a decision win over the other? Because I don't know. Sean Brady, if he beats Bilal, he'll be number 5. If Bilal beats Sean Brady, he'll probably stay at number 5. He's not going to go over Gilbert Burns if he wins that fight. You got Hamzat going to middleweight most likely. You got Colby right there. I mean, would that even make sense to be a title fight worthy, like number 1 contention fight with Bilal and Sean Brady? Because I don't think so. I think they would have to fight either Colby Covington, the loser of Edwards versus Usman, or Khamzat Chimaev. Those are like the only 3 options right there. Because Gilbert, I think he's probably gonna fight Masvidal, most likely, for a money fight on like UFC 281, UFC 282, something like that. Maybe even UFC 283 in Brazil. But, I mean, come on, man. Bilal beating Sean Brady, not enough. Sean beating Bilal, it's not enough. You got to beat Colby. You got to beat the loser of Usman Edwards, something like that. Then I might consider giving you the title shot. So, no, I don't necessarily think of Brady Bilal as being like a number 1 contention fight, although it is very close. I mean, all of the fights in the main card are either title fights or number 1 contention fights, and the main prelim is literally right about there to be a number 1 contention fight, but it's tough to say. Caio Borralho, though, he should be up the rankings, though. He beat freaking Arman Petrosyan recently, who's down here on the rankings, whereas if we look up here, Gregory Rodriguez, who lost to Arman Petrosyan, beat Julian Marquez, beat Chidi and Njokuani. Well, this guy freaking went out there and dominated Arman Petrosyan on the ground. I mean, Caio Borralho should be like right outside the top 15 with Edmund Shabazian, with Gerald Mearshart, Jotko, and Rodriguez. He should be right there. I don't know what he's doing on these Tapology rankings. A little weird in my opinion. My life absolutely sucks right now. I'm just kidding. But at least Robert Tishis is bringing the entertainment. Indeed, Pacey Sinclair. We're going to go on for, what time is it? We got about 24 minutes, something like that. So around 5:54, 5:55 is when we'll end it for our 1 hour live. Brady versus Bilal has decision win written all over it. You don't say. I mean, come on. We all know Bilal. Remember the decision. Muhammad. One was Takashi Sato. Come on. Takashi Sato does not count it as a finish win, because, come on. Miguel Baeza finished him. Brian Battle finished him. Glyco Franca was able to finish him. Kenta Kakachi was able to finish him. Bilal finishing him in a longer time than all of these guys, no. I'm not counting that. I'm not counting that, Bilal. It does not count. Other than that, he has all. I'm not exaggerating here. He has all but one other win inside of the UFC coming by decision. Decision. 2 finishes out of like 10 or 11 decisions. The only finishes, one of them is outside the UFC. The other is, well, outside of the UFC, you get what I mean. If he's going to beat Sean, it'll be a decision. If Sean beats him, I could be a finish. He ended up finishing Jake Matthews. He finished Christian Aguilera. I mean, he's got more finishes at least. But still, more than half of his wins are coming by decision as well. So yes, this is going to be one of those, remember, the decision fights, either way it goes. Either way. Bilal gonna finish Brady in the later rounds. He's been active. Brady hasn't. Nah, I don't think so. It'll be a decision. We're not seeing. Come on, Bilal getting a finish. Nabi. Bilal Muhammad. Have you watched a Bilal Muhammad fight recently? Have you watched Bilal Muhammad go out there, attempt a submission, attempt to go out there and get a knockout, or have you seen him just straight up running from his opponents, not trying to engage with his opponents, just running away and trying to wrestle and grapple and hold them there, little tip tap ground and pound shots, not even looking for the finish? Because I've seen that. Come on, Bilal's not getting a finish. What are you talking about? It's not happening. But Armin Petrosyan now minus 235. I agree those odds should be a lot closer. In that one, Zubaira Lucas should be a 50-50 like it is. Abubakar, that should be closer. Should be more 50-50. Gamrot Dariush makes sense, honestly. Kaya Barayo makes sense. Jailton makes sense. Nikita Krylov, it's a little too much. Minus 200 is a little bit too much, but I do agree he should win. And we got more betting odds. For anyone that wanted to know, there's more betting odds that just came out. I don't know why they're all coming out right during my live stream, but they are. We got Alexa Grasso, Viviane Araujo. We have Viviane as the plus 145 underdog. We got Alexa Grasso at minus 170. Undefeated Tatsuro Taira, almost a 3-1 favorite, and money is coming in on to him. Askar Askarov, a 2.5-1 favorite over Brandon Royval. That's interesting. Nick Maximov, a slight favorite over Jacob Malkoun. That's a very close one. Dusko Todorovic and Jordan Wright. I don't know. That one could go either way, to be honest with you. Melsik Bagdasaryan's the favorite over Joanderson Brito. I don't know. Pete Rodriguez is on this one. He's a 6-1 favorite. Jesus. Let's see. Jonathan Martinez 2-1. Misha Sirganov, Alonzo Menefield makes sense. Piero Rodriguez, that should be a lot closer. That's a close women's MMA fight. But yeah, screenshot it right now if you want to. These are updated odds, or new odds, I guess, for UFC Fight Night. Araujo versus Grasso. Not too good of a card in my opinion, especially because of the main events. Got Victor Henry's a 3-1 favorite. Wow, that is interesting. All right. Well, yeah, just wanted to look at that really quick because those odds just came out as well. A lot of odds coming out today. Bilal, I already read that one. Bilal the Bomb Muhammad. Interesting. All right. But yeah, let me pull out the. What was I trying to do? Let's go to UFC 282. I think there's a few rumored fights on that card. I don't know if the main event is going to be Yuri Prochazka taking on Glover Teixeira. It was rumored to happen for a little while there. Then the rumors started to fade away. Then the rumors came back. Then the rumors faded away. But UFC 282 is looking good so far. It is looking very, very solid. Prelims, you got a solid grappler, a solid wrestler, good finishing ability. Corintio Alexander Hernandez, banger. Shabazi and Dalcha Lungyambula should be a great striking fight right there. Dalch is probably going to try to wrestle for one of the first times in his career, but main card's looking good. You got Rosenstruck Dawkins on the main card. You got Darren Till versus Duplessis on the main card. Ponzinibbio Lawler. I like this card. I do like this card indeed. Early predictions. Robbie Lawler, Santiago Ponzinibbio. I'm going to go with Santiago just because, Robbie just got knocked out in his last fight, right, to Brian Barberina. Beat Nick Diaz in a fight. He was actually eating a lot of shots in that fight as well. And Ponzinibbio had, a split decision with Jeff Neal? Come on, it's a split decision with Jeff Neal. What is that? That is nothing to be out there shaming Santiago Ponzinibbio for. He lost to the goddamn sixth welterweight in the world that just went out there and knocked out Vicente Luque. Ponzinibbio had a better performance against Jeff Neal than Vicente Luque did. And he's number 6 in the welterweight division. Michel Pereira, the number 15 welterweight in the world. These are the guys that he is losing to. Jing Liang Li as well, beating Neil Magny, Miguel Baeza, Mike Perry, Gunnar Nelson, all of these guys. And not to mention, The age of Robbie Lawler is 40 years old, even though, yeah, well, 36 years old isn't that good. Come on. It's a lot better than 40 and a half years old, coming off a knockout loss 2 months ago. And yeah, 90% going Ponzinibbio. I will be betting Ponzinibbio. No matter what, if these odds are minus 300 or better for Ponzinibbio, I'm betting Ponzinibbio. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's got a better chin. He hits harder than Robbie Lawler. That's about it. That's all I really need. For one of these legend fights between two veterans of the game, all I need is they have better chin, they're younger, and they might hit a little bit harder. Ponzinibbio kind of checks all the boxes there. Cool YouTube channel says Noreshi. Thank you so much, Noreshi. Hope Biggie Boy can pick up a win against Chris Dawkins. He probably could. It is a close fight. It is heavyweight, but 34 and a half years old, 33 and a half years old. Biggie Boy is going to be bigger. He's going to be lengthier. He's going to be more powerful. Just, does he let the hands go or does he not let the hands go? It's kind of all it really comes down to. I do got Rosenstruck winning, but I am not confident at all. Paul Rosa Jr. versus Francis Ngannou in the UFC's heavyweight division. I'm going to go Paul Rosas Jr. I mean, Paul going to take the back of Ngannou and hold him there for 3 straight rounds. He's going to get a silhouette stretch early on in round number 1. It's going to be hard to get. He's going to crank on the legs of Francis Ngannou, get really close to the finish, but he will not get it. And then he'll win every single round to a decision. My cat's hunger for Guru's flesh. That's an interesting comment, indeed. But yeah, I do have Jairzinho Rozenstruik winning that fight. Edmund Shabazian, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about Edmund right now. I would give you guys an early prediction for Shabazian versus Dalcha, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He's coming off TKO losses over Imavov and Derek Brunson, as well as a decision loss against Jack Hermanson. I don't know what to think of him, but he's fighting such a low-level guy right here in Dolce Lungiambula, who couldn't beat Marc-Andre Borriel, could not beat Cody Brundage, could not beat Punahele Soriano. I mean, yeah. Only win is against Daquan Townsend, not in the UFC. Marcus Perez, not in the UFC. So I'll go Edmund Shabazian, but, you know, I don't know. It's just, what is Edmund going to look like? He goes out there and he looks good. He always looks good in round number 1. And then, boom, he gets taken down. His cardio goes downhill and he loses. So I don't know what to think about that guy. MMA Joey versus the MMA Guru. Sumo wrestling prediction. I'm going to go with MMA Guru. He weighs a heck of a lot more than MMA Joey. We got the wheelchair to roll on the feet of MMA Joey, get him on the ground, and he's going to hop out of the wheelchair on to MMA Joey and suffocate him to death like he would against any other opponents. What is up with the Monster Can in the back sponsor? I am not sponsored by anyone on this YouTube channel. The only sponsor that I would say I can sort of have is going to be that link down below in the description. $2.99 for all of my betting odds and bets for all UFC, Bellator, and PFL. But yeah, that's literally the only thing I'm really sponsored by. Would be that link below in the description. That's the only way I really make money on the channel, because ad revenue, I make like $100, $200 a month. That's the only way that I'm really sponsored, would probably be that link down below for all of my bets. But other than that, yeah, this Monster Can, wherever it is, right here, not sponsored, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see Guru hitting the pads? You mean falling over onto a pad and hitting it so hard that the earth shook with a mighty velocity that shook the core of the earth, shaking the mighty children in Africa. Michael Chandler's baby boy, Hap Chandler, over there in Africa, was shaking after Guru fell onto the pad in round number 1. Is that what you mean by saying Guru hitting the pad? Because that's all I can think of when I'm thinking of Guru hitting the pad, is the mighty earthquake of 2022, almost killing poor baby Michael Chandler, Hap Chandler, in his bed while he was sleeping on the ground in Africa. That's all I can really think of, but I don't know. If you can explain it with more detail, I would love to know. Alex McDonald with the laughing emoji. All right. how much we got right now? We're at 50 minutes so far. We got 10 more minutes. So any questions, any comments, any early predictions, literally, it does not matter what you guys comment down below. I will reply. I will look at it and I will give you my thoughts about it. What is it? Me posted a video of Guru actually hitting the pad. Let me see. Till Plessy's pick. We'll do that. I'm gonna look up me Guru hitting pad. Before that, we'll do what Nubby MMA wants, and we will do the Darren Till Drichu Duplessis prediction. For this fight, I'm gonna go Jericho Duplessis, however you say the name. I know everyone and their mama's gonna go down below in the comments and be, Bert, you said his name incorrectly. Come on, dude. It's a South African name. I'm an American. You know I'm gonna get it wrong. Duplessis is younger. He is taller. He is lengthier. He's the better grappler. He hits harder. He's got better cardio. He's got the better wrestling, if I've said that already. Darren might have a little bit more volume. He might have the speed advantage over Dorihu Duplessis. He might go out there and win round 1 on Duplessis, but round 2, round number 3, Duplessis is going to start putting on that pressure devastatingly on to Darren Till, landing some big shots, mixing in some takedowns to wear on the gas tank of Darren Till, and I think Duplessis wins that one by a 29-28 decision. That is the pick. Tapology, I mean, come on. They're all going TKO because they know Duplessis got a lot of TKOs, knocking out Trevin Giles, knocking out Marcus Perez, getting a few submissions on the regional scene. But if you watch my prediction for Brad Tavares, Drichu Duplessis, you remember I picked Drichu Duplessis by a decision, and we bet it at plus 350, plus 400, somewhere around that range. So that's going to be the prediction yet again. Duplessis by a decision. But let's check out Nubby MMA's suggestion. Nah, it wasn't Nubby. What was it? Pacey Sinclair suggestion. It was, okay, 2 E's on both of them. Guru hitting pad. Me. This one right here. That is not, there's no way that's Guru. Is that actually Guru? Oh my freaking God. That is not, that's Guru? He's so fat. What? Dislike. Oh wow, uppercut. Not the best form here, but no head movement whatsoever. I mean, absolutely garbage from Guru here. No head movement whatsoever. Oh my God, he's got the Pepsi can like I got the Monster Energy can. But dude, that's actually Guru? He's so big. Oh my gosh. That uppercut was horrible. Let's see the jab again. Oh, that's a horrible uppercut. He didn't even set it up. He just threw an uppercut. No setup, Guru. Where is the head movement? Come on, man. There's zero head movement. Where is the wheelchair? I don't understand. What is propelling him to stand up? I don't understand this. It doesn't make any sense. Boom. A jab? Look at how he did the jab. He did the jab as a left hook. Horrible form, Guru. Horrible form. Oh gosh, Guru. Nah. Guru, you need to work on your striking a little bit there, bud. Oh! Just a naked uppercut with no head movement. He didn't duck down. He's not putting his other hand on his chin when he's going for the uppercut. Just a naked uppercut. No head movement. No striking defense. Come on, Guru. Look at that. Come on. Come on, Guru. Your hands keep coming down. What is this? Look at that. Jab 1-2. Right here. His hands. Throws the uppercut and his hand comes down. He's going to hit with a right hook counter. Come on, Guru. Come on, Guru. You got to do better than this. Horrible form, horrible striking defense. Head movement is non-existent. Speed is non-existent. No combinations whatsoever. I'm going to say it right now. Guru, if you ever have a celebrity boxing match with, I don't know, a potato, maybe a sumo wrestler, something like that, someone around the same size, I don't know how it's going to go. The form is just not good. What is this? Oh, that's a horrible jab. A 1-2. That's his biggest combination in this entire fight was a 1-2. That was it. God, Guru. What is this, man? We're going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to watch it fully through. Oh. No, there's not even any power there. I mean, I'm sure if they look down at his feet, I bet he's not even flaring the heel when he's throwing that right hook. He's not ducking down in that uppercut. He's not keeping the hands up at all time. Once he throws a jab, he brings the hands back. This hand's already out here. He's got one whole side of his face exposed. No striking defense, no head movement. Guru, what are you doing? And this guy is slapping him. Where is he slapping him with this? Right here. Boom. Boom. That's his striking defense right there. Look at where this guy slaps him with the little noodle. Boom. Right here to his elbow. His hands are like this. The guy is slapping at his elbow. At his elbow. Guys, where is an opponent going to try to punch you? The elbow? Where your chest is? Your belly? Or your face? I mean, even the trainer right here, the instructor isn't doing a good job. He's throwing his little pad at his elbow. Guru should be trying to defend it from right here. It's going like a right hook over the side right here, a left hook over the side. Should be trying to defend it like that, but this dude is going lazy and hitting Guru on the elbow. And that explains why Guru's striking defense is so bad. He thinks the shots are going to hit him in the elbow. All right, Guru. If you're watching this video, your striking sucks. I would beat you in a fight any day. Work on it. Come on, Guru. Come on, Guru. All right, let's check the comments really quick. The wheelchair Juru. Can I clip your channel? Guru been getting gayer recently. You can, of course. You can always clip the Great Bert MMA. You can clip anything from these live streams. Why not? You should do more content away from sitting in front of your computer. Like what? Give me some examples. Ivan Villegas. Give me some examples. We got about 4 minutes left in the live stream. I already read that one. He lost weight. Possibly. That's not him. I think it is him. It looks exactly like him. His physique is horrible. Horrible form too. Yeah, the physique is not good. His physique is horrible form too. I get it. Nicholas Fournier. We're gonna pin that comment as well. That's a good comment. I like that one. This was before Guru's tragic accidents that left him permanently in a wheelchair. So sad. So sad. Dude needs to lay off the dominoes. He does indeed. Morgan Kinsey. I went to school with MMA Guru. His name is Mason Tucker. He was real shy in my school, hardly spoke a word in class. He is big though, he's not lying. He's at least 6'3". Interesting. Sasha Walter. Hello, what is up, Sasha Walter? Welcome to the end of the live stream. We're gonna end it very, very shortly. So you got here at like the worst time. Striking aside, dude is insanely out of shape. Obviously, he sits kind of like this, but he does not work out. He just sits in front of the computer like I do. But after I'm sitting in front of the computer, I'm going over to wrestling practice at 6 o'clock, and then I'm going to hit the bag as well. Guru probably just goes and eats some potato chips. Guru weighed in the other day on stream at 637 pounds. Gosh dang. What's your MMA background? Mainly wrestling, but I'm building up my boxing background as well, but number 1 is going to be wrestling, and then number 2, boxing. Remember, you did a bathtub live and cutting weight. Do that again. Wrestling season's coming pretty soon, so once that happens, we will do a cutting weight video, because my walk-around weight is 137 pounds. I currently weigh 128 pounds. We've already cut 9 pounds in the last week and a half. In preparation for this wrestling season. I don't want to do it all during the season, so I'll do a little bit of it now. Get in between 4 or 5 pounds of the 120 pound limit, so I can make the cut a little bit easier. Physique non-existent, that is true. The wheelchair Juru, thanks dude. I go through the trouble of censoring Guru, but he's still being a proud Namla member about it. You the man. Yeah, anything in these live streams, clip it, post it. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be me saying something absolutely horrible. It could be me saying it could be me saying stuttering or something like that. I really don't care what you post, as long as you do it and you say Bert MMA in the title, Bert MMA in the description. Post whatever you want. Bert used to fight in the UFC. Maybe, possibly. You never know. It could be the case. Also, is me having a shower bath in dark lights off messed up? Yeah, I would say so. Will you ever up your unit size? No. Sasha, I'm gonna say it right now. I will not ever up my unit size because if I up it right now, I'm kind of keeping it at the level where the bookies are kind of losing some money off of me. I'm making some money with the bookies right now. But if I raise my unit price to $200 a unit, $500 a unit, which I could do if I wanted, the bookies are gonna ban me. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. They're literally just gonna ban me. So I don't want to go through the risk. I just want to have fun betting and helping you guys bet as well. I don't want to get banned, so that's my thing with that. Nubby, settle down. Don't go Pat Barry. He's like 13 or 14 as well. So, Robert Tish's MMA hot tub stream is when I was cutting weight. How old are you, bro? If you don't mind me asking. Love the videos. Becoming one of my favorite channels. 16 years of age as of 8 days ago. We turned 16 on the 13th of September. Tai Yugen is a channel member for 8 months straight. One of my longest reigning channel members. UFC 282, Yuri versus Glover. Moreno versus Figueiredo. We already went through UFC 282, I believe, earlier on today. If we can find it. We'll go through it one more time really quick. But Davis and Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno, we do have Moreno edging it out by a decision. I think he's going to put even more pressure than he did on the last fight, and I don't think Davidson's going to catch him with as big of shots as he did in the first one. Moreno by decision. Yuri Glover, I'm going to go Yuri by TKO. Yuri's got more time to work on the takedown defense. You've seen everything there is to know about Glover and the wrestling and the grappling. I think he's kind of figured out Glover, and he will TKO him in the rematch. And UFC 282, we had Ponzinibbio, Duplessis, Rosenstruck, Shabazian. It's featherweight. It's tough. I'm going to go Alexander Hernandez and Eric Silva. Those are some good ones. I will be making videos on all of those ones very, very soon. I'm going to screenshot it right here. When there's a day I don't have any videos to make, I will make one of those videos. I try to be careful and somewhat tasteful. I'll give you kickback donations when I'm monetized. Good on you, wheelchair. What's the most you had lost in a single event? I would say 2,500, something like that, but I have gained over 6,000 on one event as well. So I think 3,000, 2,500, around that range was the biggest I've lost. Did you see Silva said he wants to have a Ryzen fight? Anderson Silva or who? I did not. Smash the like button. Yeah, everyone smash the like button. Subscribe. Go down below and comment. We're trying to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers by the end of October. So by Halloween, we want to be at 10,000 subscribers, which you never know, we could hit it. But as of right now, we're only at 8.84 subscribers. So everyone watching, if you are subscribed, share the channel with someone else that is not subscribed. If you are not subscribed, obviously go out and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to increase that one. We gained some good subscribers during the stream, but let's get some more. Can any featherweights beat Volk? No. I think every featherweight right now loses to Alexander Volkanovski. Pacey Sinclair's got to go. I got to go as well. I'm about to end the stream. Meant to say UFC 283 since it is in Brazil. I don't know what fights are on that card as well, but thank you guys for watching. I got to leave at 6 o'clock, 5 minutes, so I got to get out of here to go to wrestling practice. But thank you guys for checking out the live stream. 1 hour live stream MMA Q&A. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.